How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Down to Earth with me, Kristian Harloff. This is our Monday through Friday UAP News channel. Happy Thursday to all of you. So, this is an interesting one. So, as you may or may not know, I'm a big fan of Patrick over at Vetted. I've had him on my show. I've been on his show. We discuss, we talk, and I love like the stuff that he finds sometimes. And yesterday, he reported on this Twitter Spaces thing that Danny Sheehan did, where, and I've talked to Danny Sheehan, and I really wish I would have asked him this because I didn't know that it went this far down the rabbit hole. But Danny Sheehan pretty much just says straight out that, yeah, there's been other beings here, and they're essentially, whether it's crossbreeding us and doing other stuff, and it just goes into like V type stuff, if you remember that show. And it's like, this is the type of stuff that, at one point blows my mind, another point goes, what the hell's being said right now? I don't know if this is the kind of information that you want to be talking about now. I don't know, but I'm going to play this clip. This is the clip, the audio that Patrick played on his show yesterday. So I'm going to play this, and then we'll talk about it on the other side here. Check this out.
I'm really curious because there's always the lure of hybridization programs. And I'm wondering, is there hard evidence that this is a reality?
There's evidence that if I were given the opportunity to present the evidence to any jury in the country, I've been doing trials for 50 years, and there's evidence that I could present to a jury that would convince any jury in the country that it's true. Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Now the federal government doesn't want to admit that. That they won't even talk about it. You'll notice. They want to talk about, the only thing they're even willing to talk about is a potential UFO recovery program and a back engineering program, focusing on the equipment. But they don't want to talk about it. Even the casual mention that, oh, by the way, we have biologics, from the crash saucer, which means that they're non-human. They don't even talk much about that, or where they came from, or, what their agenda is. None of that. All they want to talk about is the equipment.
Do you know their agenda? Do you have any idea?
You mean the extraterrestrials?
Sure.
Well, you can tell even by your own question is that clearly there's some agenda that's going on of engaging in not only the physical examination of our people from our species that are abducted by them, or examining us like we're zoology experiments, but the fact is they are clearly engaged in a hybrid breeding program. There's no doubt about it, in that they're taking the genetic material, both female ovums and male sperm, because those particular cells in our body, most every other cell has 48 chromosomes. But a female egg cell and a male sperm cell have only 24 chromosomes, and they're designed to be combined together to generate a new zygote with 48 chromosomes. So what they're doing is they're taking those unique cells from the female and male humans, and what they're doing is they're mixing their own chromosomes with them. Not through sexual intercourse, but through genetic engineering, in that they're blending their chromosomes with ours, and so therefore they're generating basically a new hybrid species, which is and we know what their characteristics are, that they have very, very thin hair, they have large eyes, the human beings, the hybrid humans are different. And the question, the ancillary question is, why are they doing that? But it's clear that they're doing that. But the question is why they're doing that. Now, there's two major theories that are proposed. One is that that what they're doing is they're trying to preserve some samples of our human species who can survive on their planet. That their planet will have almost certainly a different kind of atmosphere, certain types of different gravitational fields, different kind of topography, etc. And what they're doing is, one of the theories is that they're breeding a hybrid species who can survive on their planet and have remnants of our human family, because they so distrust us that we're going to destroy ourselves through thermonuclear weapons, and that they consistently warn people when they have these face-to-face encounters telepathically that you've got to do everything in your power to eliminate the thermonuclear weapons that you have, because you're going to destroy not only your entire species, but you're going to destroy the capacity of your planet to gestate life. That our Earth is one of the comparatively rare planets in the galaxy that generates life here on our planet. Then obviously there are other planets that do generate life, because there they are. They're coming from another star system with other planets that have generated life, but they're comparatively rare. And so one of the things that, according to this thesis, that they're doing is they're monitoring what's going on our planet without being able to intervene directly. They're trying to warn us to get rid of our thermonuclear weapons. But in the meantime, what they're doing is they're trying to save specimens of our human family, in that they're actually mixing their own genetic material with ours, so that the hybrid children can come and live on their planet. Now, the alternative theory is, and this one is more sinister, and that is they're trying to breed a hybrid species that is capable of basically taking over on our planet. That they're going to gin up the capacities of our human species, Homo sapien, to be able to have some of the positive qualities and characteristics of their own species. That they're obviously billions of years, some of them more advanced than we are. They have capabilities that we don't have yet. We're in the process of evolving those kind of teleologically and over time. The ability to have telepathic communications, the ability to levitate, the ability to potentially transmute matter. That there are these qualities. We have certain specimens of our human family that do this. Jesus the Christ. We have the Buddha. We have the advanced adepts of Hindu and Buddhism who do these things, and so that we're clearly on the pathway historically to evolve these greater capacities. But because our star is only 4.5 billion years old, and our planet is only like 3.7 billion years old. But the universe is 13.7, almost 13.8 billion years old, which means that that the whole universe has been around for 9, almost 10 billion years.
All right. So I mean, what the hell do you say to that? What do you say to that? I there's so much. I mean, there's so much to bring up on the. You can do the easy thing. I'm like, all right, this guy's just talking about, crossbreeding and this and what the hell is this kooky shit all about? That's fair, but let's go the other route with it. What if he's telling the truth 100%? What if he actually knows this all the way through 100% that this is factual? Viv is all I can say to that. It's like, what? I got to bring in Pavel again. Pavel, am I wrong with my reaction in that clip?
No, that I find it really strange that Danny a few weeks ago was saying that he was told to keep quiet about stuff.
Not anymore.
And then yesterday he goes like, yeah, hybrids, and yeah, we're being honed to.
Well, she asked the question, planet. Right? She asked the question like, well, is it? And he's like, well, I'm not supposed to say anything, but because you ask him one question, he talks for 20 minutes, and he'll give you a lot of information inside of that 20 minutes. I mean,
I'm obviously joking because I really like and really respect Danny.
Me too.
But let's try to see if we can steelman this, because one would say that it's impossible to do that due to all the claims that he's making. But there is a scenario where you can tell that Danny has been reading all his life ancient scripture, different authors who have written about this throughout over like hundreds of years, if not thousands. And he's very well studied about everything that's happening with the phenomenon, not just the potential of extraterrestrial life coming to Earth.
Right.
And this hybrids theory is not new. It's been talked about since Zacharias Hitchens,
Sure.
to be precise. So there's something that really ties into this that has actual physical evidence, which is one specimen of the Nazca desiccated corpses. And there's currently, I spoke to one of the scientists who is a specialist on DNA. You shared that interview on your Twitter. And he talked to me about a potential evidence of something that is called CRISPR-Cas9, which is a new procedure that was discovered in 1987 that basically duplicates DNA, which essentially talks about a potential way of making combined DNA with that, which is hybrids.
Right. So, but like, okay. So with our conversations and this show continuously about disclosure and what information's coming out and all those things and the slow leaks, and you mentioned the whole thing with Danny Sheehan where he was told, hey, hold back a little bit. Because if you look at that side of it, if you're, let's, and he didn't say who told him that, but let's say it's somebody on the Soul Foundation who is just like, hey, we're all fighting for the same thing, but we're doing it slowly and let people know information like this, because they're not going to be able to handle like this right away. Because right now, when you and I hear that, we say, what in the world? Like, this is Danny Sheehan talking about this, right? This isn't just some like random person. This is somebody who has some kind of information. My follow-up question to him there, which they very well could have asked. And first of all, I want to give props to Patrick over at Vetted who pulled that audio. That audio was the clip that he played on his show that he wound up talking about this for quite a while too. So I suggest people go over there and watch his coverage on this as well. And I don't know if the follow-up question was there, but I would have said, how do you know this? How do you know this? Like, he said, like, what? You know, apparently there's intention. They have intention, and they have a thing that they're doing. And he mentioned that they've been doing this for a bit, and they're trying to find our DNA. And they feel, I mean, it matches up with the stories that you've heard that they're scared about. We're gonna blow ourselves up with the nukes and all that, and why they are paying so much attention to the nuclear facilities and all that. That where it gets like complete, like, you know, science fiction stuff is. They want to bring people to the planet eventually. They want to make sure that there's going to be a certain amount of us that can survive there on their planet. But then it also contradicts what a lot of other people are saying. And I think even Danny Sheehan has said, correct me if I'm wrong, you would know this, but that they're not from other planets, that they're interdimensional, and that there's these other things.
Or crypto-terrestrial too.
So what is it? So what is it then? And I could be wrong. And you probably know better than I do that maybe Danny Sheehan hasn't said the interdimensional stuff. Maybe he's been always the other planet stuff guy. I don't know, but
yeah, he's not very much into that one.
Into the interdimensional. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So clearly. So but that contradicts not what he's said, but it contradicts what other people have said that they many times over have even, you know, when we hear interviews recently when and you always know the name that I never remember. So if you're watching this channel, I'm never going to get names right. The dude who was talking about the stuff coming out very soon with a prominent leader talking and
Matthew Pines.
Thank you, Matthew Pines. So Matthew Pines also, when asked about when they said, well, aliens, he said, who said that they're aliens? Who's this from another planet? Who said that? He said, so he's kind of, you know, hinting at the idea of the interdimensional side of things, where there's like, it seems like there's two different teams here that are saying, no, this is where they are from here, and then there's they're experimenting us and taking us to other planets. So it's, when you hear this, it's, for me, I just want to know what's flying around over the air bases. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Right
There's
now.
also the multiple people who believe we're dealing with multiple phenomena. It's not just one thing. And the majority of researchers believe this, that it's not just one specific thing. But here's what I can gather from what Danny Sheehan is saying, because I can see that he doesn't want to talk about certain stuff that has to do with the politics aspect of this, because he knows that a lot of that is classified. But a lot of this information, such as the hybrids and a lot of the ancient scripture and all this stuff, that is not classified. A lot of it is not. A lot of it is also classified by the Vatican or other religious institutions, but there's a lot that's out there and it's never been classified, and that is generally the information Sheehan does talk about openly.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, this is the kind of stuff that right now, as much as fascinating as it is, it's fascinating information coming from people who know a lot of things. That's really all it is. It's not, as we said, it's not definitive. It's just fascinating stuff that, when the history books look at it in 100 years from now, are they saying, yeah, they were saying the same thing 100 years ago, or they're saying, no, they were telling us what was what back 100 years ago and we weren't listening.
And it's the same thing with me, though. I am talking to scientists about the mummies, but that doesn't mean that I believe whatever they're saying. It just means that I am interviewing specialists about this topic, which I think is important. And that's it. And sometimes people misconstrue things and go like, Pavel is saying this. I'm not saying anything. I'm just interviewing people. That's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, this one is just a matter of, I don't know how to react to this. It's like I said in the beginning, it's like you can right away say, like, you can say, I don't know what to believe of a guy saying that, they're doing this, they're doing that, because he never followed up with saying this. I know that they are doing this because this is how I know. And I know this because of this. And I can tell you this. He matter-of-factly says all the information of what they're doing, but he doesn't say how he knows. So that's always going to be hard. That's what's going to make you go like this. But I said I didn't want to start off by saying, no, I don't, not real, not true, because I just don't want to be the person with egg on your face and something like this when it's like, hey,
can you imagine?
Exactly. Exactly.
No,
I mean, it's crazy. It blows your mind in general. So I don't know. Thanks, Pavel, for joining us as always.
Thank you, Kristian. Have a good one.
All right. What do you make of this? Because people are I guess back and forth with Danny Sheehan, right? He's got a lot of information. He's a very prominent lawyer. He's very he knows a lot of different things. He's very much in the know about it. He's very much into trying to get disclosure out there. He's a very positive figure in trying to make this aware to the public. These are pretty big claims, like this is, and he wasn't like saying, oh, what I've heard was. He's matter-of-factly saying that this is like, this is what they're doing. And that's kind of mind-blowing. What do you feel about this? All your thoughts, no matter what they are. As Pavel said, this is a conversation. You're skeptic about it? Sure. Put your thoughts in there. Tell us why. You're on the fence about it? Tell us why. You're convinced he's right? Tell us why. Thanks for joining us here today. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Thanks for joining us here. Really appreciate you. And we'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.